Darkclaw 4, and hey, look, I'm back alive again. I know it's been like months since I did a video, but anyways, today we're gonna honor the 20th anniversary for this little blue rodent. We're gonna talk about Sonic, and I'm not alone.
Piece of shit, little nigga.
Jeez.
Well, it looks like King, you spoiler.
Sega is full of
spoilers.
dirty Negroes.
Spoiler. Anyways, as you guys can tell, I have people joining me. So first off, it's my Kogo Shane. Yukine,
I'm dead. I'm still a ghost. So
you know what he is, guys? He's a nigger.
Yeah. Thanks.
Because I never believe that person has been cursing. It's King, my boy King.
I'm the realest nigger alive.
King, okay, don't overuse this, please.
Okay, can we stop? Okay, if you guys wonder,
but real talk though, my name is King. I have a channel that is really dead right now, actually. But yeah, I'm here talking about the most unsuccessful franchise of all time, Sonic the Hedgehog.
For you guys from our audience, I know there's already disclaimer pic at the beginning of this video, but if you don't like a bunch of teenagers cussing like sailors, then get out.
Yeah,
it's not for you. Anyways, next is Mr. Quiz.
Hi, I'm Chris,
Introduce-
and I just make art and stuff.
Next
He also has a booty. His name is Booty.
Oh God, no.
Booty.
That unusual booty call.
Yeah,
unusual booty call on Twitter.
Give me that booty.
Next
I
we
changed
have
my name. I just
next
changed my
we
name
have
because I know that
Mr.
scares kids off.
Next we have Mr. Ling, Mr. Ling.
I have a channel. I have a channel. I mean, I don't know if anyone gives a shit.
Oh, you guys
it's,
can mention your Twitter also.
Oh, and also a Twitter. I have a Twitter. Yes. Yeah.
Wait, you mostly see a laughing
We'll
Jew.
all be advertising, shameless advertising. In this.
Don't worry, don't worry, we're gonna get the shameless plug at the end of the video, and also I'm gonna put all your links in the goddamn description.
That's my boy.
Well,
Ling. That's the actual laughing Jew. The actual masseuse.
Well, I mean, I would try, but every 5 seconds I get cut off. But YouTube, it's Ling124, caps with the L's. You know, I'm just a faggot like that. And then my Twitter hand.
Fun fact: he was a mod during one of Song Comedy Giant streams.
Yeah, I was actually. If you look into the videos section, whenever you go into my user, it'll be KK9479.
He was a mod during Johnny's Prism Architect stream.
I was hyped for that actually.
He was a co-host. He became a temporary co-host. Anyways, next is the biggest Sonic fig in here, Mr. Sonic Mutz Icky Matt.
Wow, I feel very appreciated in here. But how's it going, everyone? I am the Homing Attack. I make some pixel art, starting to, and I also have a channel that's named Sonic Mutz.
Can we get one good please?
Alright, just for the fans.
And you follow Matt on social media. You obviously know where that's from. Next is our Mr. Green Dorito, or no anymore, Mr. Tiznit, aka Tiz.
Hey, I'm Tez. I make video games, kind of.
And you live stream and fan Super Mario Maker.
Hey, but I actually do make real video games. So.
That's Peridot incarnate. Let's talk about that.
And last, probably the most popular quote of this group of idiots, Mr. Fourscore. You might know him for making all memes.
Drink Pepsi. Okay, that's all I have.
Meme Lord. Meme Lord. Hey, follow him on. Follow him on.
If anything, just drink Pepsi.
Okay,
Coke. You're a traitor. We drink Coke.
That was a fucking mistake. Don't ever bring that up again. I swear to fucking God, from your house.
Me and Fourscore, we have a rivalry here. I like Coke, he likes Pepsi. It's time for war.
I like Bleach. It's fine.
I said Coke is the best fucking drink in the universe. Bring it.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking break a shattered piece of glass. You in the
Pepsi, motherfucker.
You in the glass.
War against soft drinks.
All right, all right.
Anyways,
Now let's get right to the news.
So yeah, this is our cast of idiots. So we have, so this is our cast of idiots, and we're gonna talk about everybody's favorite blue hedgehog.
Bubsy the Bobcat. You said blue hedgehog, not orange.
Hey, hold on.
No, that's
What could
Sinnoh's.
possibly go wrong?
See, I think Yuki has a point.
Go
Many
ahead.
All
things.
the games are the exact same.
We should make a Bubsy marathon one day. But anyways, so we're
No, we're
talking
not.
about
No, we're not. No, we're not.
today we're gonna talk about Mr. First name Scenic, middle name last name Hedgehog. So yeah, we're doing this just because Sonic's 5th anniversary, and also we're bored. And
I don't like this hedgehog.
and also this is kind
We're
of
doing
filler.
this in order to celebrate the 25th anniversary. We have no idea how Sonic is still alive till this day, but hey, he still is. So we gotta accept that.
And also-
he's still alive.
And
I mean,
also,
with sales like that, he should be dead.
how well does Sonic sell, may I ask?
And that's what happens when
Shit.
you make it a 3.
It sounds really good in Europe for some reason.
Well,
Yeah,
because he's very popular in here. And also, this is kind of a filler video until my next video comes out. Shameless plug, even though it's my channel. And so,
You
let's
can't plug
begin.
your own channel.
I know. Anyways, so let's begin. How did we get into the Scenic franchise? Why do we love? Question mark this stupid hedgehog. So
I do. We don't.
I
want
do.
to die.
Ah,
On the fucking worst Twitter account ever.
I love it.
anyways, how I got into the franchise was Sonic X. Yeah, that's how I got into the franchise. I watched. I remember waking up in the morning, and for some reason I didn't check out. I watched the Fox Box, which really the only reason why I watched the Fox Box to watch the Ninja Turtle show. But there's also Scenic, and Scenic was cool. Even though it was kind of weird, it was cool. And my first Sonic game. It was actually a Mega Collection Plus for the PS2, so I actually started with the classic series, naturally, kind of.
You hipster.
What a nerd.
But that was like,
God, what a
I
fucking
started with
nerd.
Mega Collection, like the original on the GameCube. That was something.
anyways, who should go next?
Can I go?
Sure, King.
Yeah, King.
Well, I started out with Sonic at a very young age. He was my father. He touched my butt in all the right places. Anyway, but for real
He started
though,
off with Pornhub.
yeah, the furry conventions. That's where I met Sonic.
Yeah.
If I had to think back to my first experience with the Hedgehog, it was like my dad got me a GameCube, yeah, and so I was a big video game kid. I didn't have cable. I didn't have internet. I just had games. That's it. So he walked home one day, random school day. I got home from school. I was pretty tired. He wakes me up by dropping a bag on my head, and inside that bag were two things: a really heavy GameCube controller and Sonic Heroes.
Now, question though, King. Did he actually drop the actual GameCube on top of your head?
He dropped the controller on my head, yes, while I was sleeping. So I was woken up by cancer. But
Amazing.
to this day, I still think Sonic is a decent question mark franchise. I mean, he's not as bad as he was before. I mean, he's still kind of shit. I mean, let's not give him credit where he doesn't deserve it. He's a really, he's a mediocre. At this point, he's mediocre. But he was once really good, and I enjoy Sonic. The good ones.
The good games. That's kind of obvious. So who should? Okay, so next.
One more thing. Chris Thorndike is my waifu.
God, I want you dead. Damn you! I want you dead.
Sonic.
Wait, was that Chris Thorndike or was that Elise?
Elise.
I can be anything you want me to be, Dad.
Sonic.
I want you dead.
Okay, who's next?
All right, who's next? I actually have a little bucket here.
Let's see. Next,
so next is gonna be
Ling.
Link your donger.
Next is Ling.
Yeah, called it.
Yeah, boy.
I started out playing this, into the Sonic franchise. Well, just with whenever my dad first gave me my first video game, it was when I was around, I want to say 5. He plopped me down onto a computer and was like, "Here, try this out." And it was Sonic 3. I remember that, like Sonic 3. And ever since then,
you probably played that weird PC part of Sonic 3 with the weird music then.
yeah, but I was hooked on it afterwards. I absolutely loved the fucking thing, and ever since then, I just went up from there.
and then you would go to Sega like, oh Sega, why?
Why'd you do this to me?
I think that's all of us, honestly.
All right, so next would be.
I mean, to be honest, the game series right now, it's bad, yeah, but like there's still some good nuggets of like decent games in there. Like Unleashed was a good game, and albeit Black Knight was absolutely like it wasn't that great. I could still say without a shadow of a doubt it was so much better than the Secret Ring.
Don't worry, we're gonna mention it. We're gonna talk about. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about. Anyways, next on our list will be.
I never even talked. What the hey?
Hey, we're taking turns. It's Fourscore here next.
Oh, for a minute, I'm about to say. Oh, you changed the topic?
Yeah, so shut the fuck up.
Do I talk about
How do you got introduced to Scenic? How do you got?
Well, it all started when I was born. I'm fucked. Actually, I remember the first experience I remember was around the era of like Sonic X and Sonic Heroes was coming out. I remember seeing Sonic and like, oh, this is cool, and shit. And then I got Sonic Mega Collection, played the shit out of that. And then soon after that, the series kind of went to shit.
And then
then it came back up, and then it stopped again.
Right back down.
Then they made another anime, and then yeah.
Anime.
Yeah, they made another anime. Let's not talk about that one, please.
They made another anime. Too bad they didn't make a mango.
Mango.
My favorite Sonic game.
Right.
But in all seriousness, my favorite Sonic game would either have to be... It's kind of a mix between Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic CD, Adventure 2, and Help. Maybe
well, I think we were just talking about like what introduced us to the series, not our.
You can say favorite.
What introduced me?
You can say favorite. Next, it was Fourscore. Is that so? That's for you. It was,
got me into
okay,
it.
Before we continue, Ryan, I just want to say this to everyone. Well, you can say what your favorite game is when we get to it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Shane.
had no idea. My bad.
Well, Shane, since you're talking now, I choose out. And you're next, Mr. Cool. Go, Shane.
Okay, fucking hell. Okay, so little old Yuki fucking gay. I was like 4 years old. I had PS2 and a GameCube. One day, little old me, I had a Game Boy too. So little old me, I was in the fucking game store. I saw this little game. It's called Sonic Battle. Okay? So I pick it up, I put it in the Gay Boy, and then I play the shit out of it. And that's how I got introduced to this gay-ass hedgehog that I see porn of 24/7. All over my timeline.
Blame Sally. Blame Sally.
As you mentioned the old Flaming Creed days where like that's horrible drawn silver was your wallpaper. You know, Shane, despite me, I'm gonna put it in the video. Alright. So next on our chopping block is Mr. Foodie.
Yes.
Oh, Mean Sonic? Oh, well,
It's the butt muncher.
Let's pay you little shit. I can't basically, Mean Sonic, it's kind of like, I didn't play as much Sonic games until, like, recently, when I have, like, a more open mind when it comes to games, but, my first experience with Sonic would be, like, when I was in Pittsburgh, I was just living with my mom at the time, and, basically, well, no, I was living with my mom, and then she gave me like a Game Boy. She's like, you know, you have a Game Boy, and what came with it was basically it was some licensed SpongeBob game. I don't know, and then there was Sonic.
Oh God!
I don't know. I completely forgot which one it was. I think it was Battle of Bikini Bottom, but I also had Sonic Advance 2, which I played the mess out of. I never got to the special stages because no.
You can't.
But I'll talk about that later. But that's just my experience with Sonic. And then, as I grow older, you know what happens.
So, our last two, well, let's see, who should go next? Next will be, alright, Matt, it's your turn.
Wow. Well,
Sonic
Yow!
anyways, without trying to be filthy frank, the lies. The way I became a big Sonic fan I am today, it was back when I was little. Not gonna talk too deep. Yuki knows why. We talked about it once. But
okay, man, no, please.
yeah, I know. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. But my dad got me an Xbox with TMT and Sonic Heroes, and then we had a computer, and then we had Sonic 3, Knuckles, Sonic 1 and 2, and then I played those all the time.
Hey, Matt, can I say something?
No.
Guys.
Oh, Grandma's such an amazing father.
Guys. I just realized we've all been indoctrinated to like the series. But it failed miserably because some of us don't like it anymore.
Yeah, we were forced to.
We rebelled against the Blue Hedgehog's forces.
We are the cause of its demise.
Is that your story? How you got into Scenic?
Yeah.
Alright, so, and last is Mr. Cheesenit.
Alright, well, see, my first Sonic game, let's see, how you got introduced. I got introduced, it's actually, like, one of my earliest memories, like, I've had Sonic in my life for such a long time, you know?
He was my father.
But anyways, my dad had you know, he had a Sega Genesis because that's what he used to play back in college and shit, right? So some of my earliest memories were just like me sitting down there playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with my older sister on that Genesis, you know, like the actual fucking Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic 1 too. I'm not sure which one I played first, but I just remember playing them both around the same time. And it was just it was like some of my earliest and fondest memories are just sitting down there and, playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 on the Genesis. Those were good days, man. But yeah.
Stats was a hipster. Both of Sonic fans.
So
classic first before he played. Chance right the hipster of the group right now because you played Sonic before the classic games first before because half of us play modern. All right, so yeah, so how did this gonna work out since we got done talking about our origins of the hedgehog? We're gonna go
blue bastard.
That hedge.
Anyways, so how does it go? We're gonna go Sonic Generation style. We're gonna talk about classic, Dreamcast, modern, then spin-off / handheld. So let's begin with the only good era of Sonic, the classic era. So should we begin with Mr. Scenic 1? You know, the one that started it all. Project Me, and even though like fun fact, did you know that Sonic's original design was either armadillo or like weird pajama man?
It's a bunny.
It was a bunny.
Oh yeah, bunny. Yeah.
They pulled the trigger on the armadillo.
They had a bunch of different designs, okay? They had Bart Simpson hair, Pajama Man.
Ew.
One of them became Eggman. One of them became Eggman, right?
Yeah, that was the pajama guy.
Well, yeah.
And if I remember right, Sonic's like overall design and attitude was based off Michael Jackson, the shoes, I think, and his personality. I think
if I remember, it's President Roosevelt.
I know George W. Bush, I think, or
and
no.
Dr. Eggman was based off of Teddy Roosevelt in pajamas.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm not even trying to make a meme or joke or anything with this. I think Stock was inspired by Bill Clinton a little bit.
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'm dead serious too. I'm not trying to.
We're not joking. We're not joking.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
and his shoes are actually also partially the colors are inspired by Santa Claus.
Yeah, red and yellow, which
red and white.
Red and white.
Red and white.
It's yellow.
Sonic is an abomination. Like
red and white.
He's a disease.
What is he like? Is he like Crash Bandicoot where he's like
A tumor.
Rip.
You, everyone getting
Anyways.
pissed off in the comment sections.
Fuck you, King.
Like,
One thing I
Sonic-
liked about Sonic 1 was the very aggressive marketing campaign it had.
That's
So
the
we're
only.
talking about Sonic 1, right? Or-
Yeah, where's the
Yeah.
dog, Shane?
Yeah, I'm just.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Gotcha.
Not that. They always made fun of fucking people who never had the fucking. There was this one commercial that had Super Mario World and then fucking Sonic 1 running right next to it. And the guy was like,
Yeah, they
oh,
were
I'll-
fucking earless.
And you were the
yeah,
rare
they didn't
kid.
give a shit. They'll show their fucking rival game in the fucking video, in the fucking commercial. They're like, oh, we don't care.
What was
I
the,
bet it.
What was the commercial? What console that put like says that that the Super Nintendo Genesis for like baby toys? Was it the 3DO? Was it?
3DO, and the 3DO was a
3DO.
fucking piece of shit. They might have been baby toys, but at least they weren't a heaping pile of baby doo-doo.
No, I'm just thinking,
Oh.
no, I'm just thinking Back to the Future 2. Well, you had to use your hands. This is a baby's toy.
But anyways, back to Sonic 1.
So your Scenic one, it was, you could definitely tell it was the first of the series, but it still holds up pretty well today.
I think it's
It
the
does.
truest of Sonic, the truest of all Sonic games.
If you want to play
It
the best,
is.
if you guys want to play the best version of Sonic 1, play the one you can get on mobile, I think.
Yeah.
Christian,
I got that one actually.
That's a good one.
well, since we're talking
But
about Sonic
nothing
1,
beats booting up the classic Genesis and just playing it that way too. That is also never a great
Yeah.
way.
and
Whatever you do though, don't play a GBA version, please.
Yeah, no,
I-
I was gonna say, should we mention
No.
Sonic Genesis?
Oh yeah. Sonic Genesis cancer. Move on.
No,
Yes,
Genesis.
Worst game of all time.
Crunch. Okay, so hey Shane, can you describe why Sonic Genesis is so bad?
Yeah. I can.
And
In one word, cancer.
No, I mean, okay, Tia's
Want me to-
name the three things that why Sonic Genesis is so bad.
Okay, it gives you a headache. Second, they didn't even try. Third, just play the original. It's much better anyway.
here
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Firstly, screen crunch to the
Alright,
fucking
balance purpose.
extreme. Screen crunch to the fucking extreme. Frame rate that is so bad you thought you were playing this on a fucking Atari
You know.
2600.
No,
fucking-
some Atari, Ling. Ling, I see Atari games run better than freaking Genesis.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind. Fuck, Atari's way better. I'm sorry, Atari. I didn't mean to shame you. Moving on. Fucking
Mega
what
Man
else
runs
is there?
smoother than Sonic Genesis.
the textures. I don't know. Like for me, the textures just seem like it's not really as
It looks
crisp.
blown up. It looks kind of blown up.
It looks
Yeah.
flat.
And should
Oh
we
god.
mention the
it's just-
music? Should we mention the music?
yeah, God, I'm playing it right now. God, just let it
Why are you
in.
playing it?
Let
That's the.
Why are you
my-
playing it?
Not
Because
the
I need-
music, actually.
because
Not the
footage.
music. Oh, the sound, everything. Everything that comes out of the speakers is ass.
The only time the game ever speeds up is when you have a fucking invincibility thing. That's it. That's it.
Sound of my turds dropping into the water in the toilet bowl is better.
And it's funny. It's funny that that is what takes it to go ahead and go faster, considering the fact that that's more particles being rendered in the GBA.
Well,
In
it's,
fact,
isn't if I remember right, like isn't the Genesis
Even
based?
the port of Street Fighter Alpha 3 on the GBA was better. And that was pretty good.
And, like the reason, isn't the reason why it's so bad? Because then he's use the advanced engine where
Actually, no.
I
It's
have
like,
no idea.
It's like this. Basically, I think someone out there recreated a port of Sonic Genesis for the Game Boy as an emulation, and
it runs so much better.
and they did that. Yeah, I think they did that to prove how lazy Sega was, or just to make the better.
They
I
did
think
to
they-
slap Sega in the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what? Like,
Okay,
you
how
see-
is slapping someone in the dick hurt? I've been slapping the dick multiple times.
You know, people complain about like ports, like say Batman.
They turn them
I
on
bet
because it was so damn good.
Like people complain about ports like on the PC or something like that, or like how like there's like some things missing.
Chris, Chris, I need clarification on this. Has it been in the head though?
Okay, Ryan. Sometimes
Let's
there's
talk about
actually.
that
That's
one
the
later,
most
okay? We'll just
sensitive
talk
part.
about that one
Let's
off
talk
screen.
about good
Ryan.
stuff about Sonic 1.
Ryan, sometimes there's valid reasons for people to complain about the port. Like, for example, I bought this guy a PC port, and they had huge problems where frame rate was just absolutely garbage, and there were so many people who just couldn't run the game in general, not because their PC was bad, but something in the game. So they had to take about 3 weeks just for it to even work. So.
Yeah.
3 weeks of them having to maintain it and do a bunch of fixes for a game that they should have already had it.
So, can we all agree that Sonic Genesis is the worst port we've ever seen?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Let's talk
Yeah.
more about Sonic 1, what we liked about the game, the original.
I like the music.
Yeah.
Sonic 1 definitely.
Personally, I thought the music sounded pretty decent.
I love the level design. Cope. Cope was a good word that they used.
Cope. And
It was hip.
Cope.
I mean, one of the complaints I can have is that the levels weren't really designed around the main selling gimmick.
There's
speed.
only
Speed.
Green Hill and
The
Spring
places
Garden,
where they weren't speed, though, they had good ass platforming, so it's fine. They compensated well, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic 1 was the no speed game. It was basically a platform
with
with
the
some speed.
exceptions of Green Hill Zone and Starlight Zone, there really wasn't too much speed.
And then Sonic 2 came along and wow!
Matt, you haven't really speaking. Thoughts on Sonic 1?
It's more what I think about it. It's more to Sonic because you have to gain your speed, and then that's what Sonic was all about.
It's called
very
physics.
good point.
It's called physics, people.
Yeah, physics, but there's not a lot of places to get physics, and I know getting hit is a penalty because you lose all your speed. But they're just the level design in Sonic 1 really doesn't almost I want to say it almost doesn't really lend to the speediness of the character. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, this was their first attempt, so
Yeah.
they learned.
But a damn good one, I will say, for a first attempt.
But guys, we can all agree the best thing that came out of Sonic 1 was all the goddamn hacks it got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the boss, Thomas. Healing.
I think the most noteworthy hack of them all is probably Sonic Mega Mix.
Oh yeah, that was actually a pretty decent one.
Okay.
But the best part of Sonic 1 is all those goddamn facts. You get your eggs on toast, you can take Thomas, you can have your pushes.
Vodapega, if you somehow watch this, I'm looking out for you next fucking hack. I'm watching
I think
it.
Look at you for the next hack contest, dude. I want you to. I hope
a very successful series up until it all went to kind of. Well, it was an up and down train, but.
Anyway, so should we go to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with Miles Tail Tower?
Yes.
With the Yaoi character.
Oh wait, I didn't give my opinions on Sonic 1.
Oh, well, sorry, Taz, you're done.
Almost completely skipped on over me. Hello.
So sorry, Taz. Hey, Taz, you're done.
All right. So my opinions on Sonic 1. Basically, it's a good game. You should buy it.
It's a good game.
You should buy it.
And played
It's a
it.
good
Someday.
show.
I don't tell you how to live your life.
Hey, you shouldn't buy it because the fuckboy Taz told you to. Now I'm just joking.
Yeah. Don't buy it. Well, don't buy it. Well, no, Ling. You're not wrong. It's not for resale.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Most cards are not for resale.
Yeah.
You're illegally selling it.
So yeah, don't buy it. Bootleg
Well,
it.
I mean, you can buy it on Steam and shit.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It,
whatever.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Anyone
Sonic
else
2.
want
Go
to talk
ahead,
about Sonic
Marcus.
1? Shane?
What? I already said. I thought that it was an okay game, and
I
it's
have
not
more,
as good as
I have more
most,
opinions on
you know.
Sonic.
Well, it's the first game, so what do you expect?
Yeah, it's the first game. It's kind of like Crash 1 in a sense.
No,
Though it's not hard as balls.
You know, we should talk about
Oh.
Crash 1 because it is Sonic's last game.
it's
We're not
hard as
talking
balls,
about
and it made me want to kill myself. Next.
Next, Sonic the
Same.
Hedgehog.
Hold on, I will-
Same.
Let me go.
Chris, go.
So Sonic 1. Just first in the series, I for its time, what it was doing, I bet it was just really the funnest thing ever. But comparing to other games, it's lackluster. But hey, that's what happens when you have your first game and kind of just age badly compared to like what they built off of. So it just shows like, I mean, Sonic One is like a representation on what they had, and then when you look at the other games, you see how much they built off and how much they've grown over the years, and then they fall right behind it after a certain game that happens in 2006. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
We're talking
later.
about the good stuff, Chris. How much of the bad stuff?
We'll talk about it later, BB.
Alright, so let's move on to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with Miles Tails Prower.
Oh boy.
Everybody,
I'm
yes.
Overrated game.
Overrated?
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has been said by a lot of people that it's their favorite.
Sonic in general is overrated, but go ahead, Ryan.
I
want to go last for Sonic 2.
Sonic 2 did add a lot of stuff to the franchise. Okay, one they added Mr. Shields Prower, Mr. Foxboy, and
Yowie.
Oh no.
Shush, shush,
Guys,
shush.
Hold on a second. Never mind.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
But the Mr. Spin Dash, which which is like Sonic's like the only thing that keeps the only thing that Sonic. Oh wait, everybody else has a Spin Dash at Sonic 3. Well, remember 9, Sonic's is useless, but like it's a lot. Well, it's everybody's favorite game, and I can see why. It has really good level design, fantastic music.
I kind of beg to differ of it being everybody's favorite because
Three
a
Knuckles.
lot of people say the next game's their
Is
favorite.
your diss or?
Most people prefer Sonic 3 to Sonic 2.
Well,
I
well,
think.
And Knuckles.
they're both really good games, but like when I go around the interwebs, if you say it's either Sonic 3 or Sonic 2 that is their favorite game.
I see more Sonic 2 than I do Sonic 3.
My Sonic 3 it was the game I my first ever video game, so of course I'm gonna have some bias on it.
So Sonic 2, Sonic 2 is really Sonic 2. All the classic eras still hold up today, and like Sonic 2, especially because it added, not like it had Tails, it had Spin Dash, it had Super Sonic, and he also introduced a bunch of the whole metal robot Sonic, some things that became a kind of tradition for the series.
Ryan. Super Sonic. The thing is, what I like about Super Sonic is that he may be overpowered, but when you go in that one pit in Mystic Caves, you're done.
Chris, I'm tempted.
Yeah, you're
Chris, I'm tempted to edit in that Sonic short animation where Super Sonic and Tails are in the. That's my thoughts on Sonic 2. Good game and really kind of a good game that's really important to the franchise. So who wants to go next?
I already said what I said during that whole thing. Well, not really. I have some sort of bias, towards Sonic 3, since that's the first game I stuck with. But really, Sonic 2, I never really played a whole lot, so I got really nothing.
Mr. Shane, sir, do you have thoughts on Sonic 2?
My opinion on Sonic 2.
Yes.
It's a good game. Like I said, overrated, but it's a good game. I think that it kind of deserves that status, but at the same time, it's just.
You just prefer something
me,
else.
It's not as I prefer a lot of other games than Sonic 2.
Fourscore?
That's my opinion.
Well, okay, here's how I think about Sonic 2. I felt like they took everything the original had kind of flaws with, and they fixed it here. Not only did they redesign the levels around the speed mechanic better, while keeping the platforming. One of the main complaints of the first game was the lack of being able to build momentum at proper points. So what did they do? They gave them the spin dash move.
No, the super spin dash. That's what Richie called.
Yeah, the super spin dash, as in the manual. Yeah. And they added the fox for shits and giggles. You could fly around. Help you fly to higher
But
places.
a two-tailed fox.
Two-tailed fox. Yeah. I felt like the level design kind of worked together. No level felt slow as hell. Each level had its own speed sections, whatever. Even levels like Oil Ocean that had like the Kench things, whatever the fuck those things were, those are pretty cool. Yeah, I felt like it looks better from a graphical, musical, everything kind of just improved off the original.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. It definitely holds up.
So, Mr. Quiz, you guys say something about Sonic 2?
Oh, Sonic 2. Why can't I fly as Tails?
Technically, you could have second player.
But seriously, Sonic 2. Very important, extreme important part of Sonic's career because that's the game where, as Sonic 1 was the one that started off, Sonic 2 was the one that just really started it all. It was one of the best-selling Sonic games, if not the best-selling Sonic game. If that's the fact, in case. But yeah, it's just Sonic's really big point because he has a second game out. He sold a lot. He's becoming it really up his popularity factor. It added in Tails to Fox. So yeah, I'm still salty. I can't fly as him though.
Don't worry, that's in the next game. So me
and my cousins would always make me play as Tails.
Yeah, Fourscore.
I think I just want to make sure we cover one more thing before because I think we skipped this. The two-player mode.
Oh yeah.
It's the first Sonic game to have a two-player mode.
It was still like a...
They tried.
Good
It's
effort,
their
Big
first
Dog.
attempt. What are they
They
gonna
tried.
Good effort.
do? But playing that on a CRT with like fucking line in the middle and like two separate screens. Gold.
They also have really bad frame rate problems.
And the next game, like thank God.
I didn't say my opinion on Sonic 2 though.
No, okay,
Wow.
you go.
What about me too?
Neither did I. I'm waiting to go
You're
last.
last. You said you want to be last, so
Alright,
King
so
Gold.
my opinion on Sonic 2. What more do you want? It's a really fast game. They added a little what the fuck is Tails? A Yowie Fox? He's just like a flying yiffer. He's an attack helicopter. He identifies as such. Anyway, they added the attack helicopter, which was pretty cool. They added a spin dash, super spin dash. But the most important thing they added fucking Supersonic, or as I should say,
Super
Dragon
Saiyan
Ball Z. Super Saiyan God, fucking Super Saiyan 3, 15,000, over 9,000.
The Super Saiyan.
Around the
They added
park.
the Super Saiyan people.
They added cancer. Basically, it's a decent game. I think it, to be honest, I think it had better level, what's the word? It had better level gimmicks, I should say, like level aesthetics than Sonic 1.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I remember Sonic 2 levels, instantly, I don't even, if I didn't know the name, I remember them, whatever.
Put some vaporwave.
Except for Quad Ruin. Except for Quad Ruins, because that's kind of, that one's kind of, fuck that stage. I always blazed through it.
I liked Aquatic Ruins. That one was easy.
Oh no, screw that stage. I blazed through that.
Was it the one
yeah,
that had
same.
music that went like?
Yeah, that
There we go.
I think this was the game that introduced Sonic into his complete addiction to gambling in casinos.
Yeah. Sonic, you really see it.
So now we know why Sega is almost bankrupt.
Hey man,
Sonic's been gambling all their money
guys, Sega's not bankrupt. They could do the Konami thing and start doing pachinko machines.
King, I'm pretty sure Sega probably made some in Japan because they're the arcade kings over there.
Anyway, last thing I want to say is Casino Night was a really good track. I love it. I still think the fight with the final boss in that game was epic, and it's still one of my favorite final bosses of all time. It still gives me chills. Last thing, I really do think that the special stages can go burn a fucking stick.
Now you're triggering me.
More flashbacks.
Special stage 7, guys. Basically, move your controller around, and if you get the rings, you got them. Anyway.
I didn't mind the special stages up until the 7th one.
That one.
Fuck that one.
I mind all the special stages, especially when I had Tails behind my. Actually, no, I didn't mind him. Unless I had Tails.
Don't play with Tails because he'll destroy your soul in those special stages.
Alright, now.
There's a
In terms of mods, we gotta talk about the greatest mod, Sonic 2 XL.
Yeah.
Money rings everywhere.
You know what mod I
Also-
remember the most? I'm sorry for cutting you off, but there's a mod called Sonic 2 Heroes. It's it's weird.
Oh, that's a
I know that mod.
Yeah, that mod was pretty cool. I believe most of the Sonic mods are sort of I think they use a lot of at least the fan games, they use Sonic 2 as a base, I think.
And I believe Sonic 2 Heroes eventually became Sonic 1 and 2 Heroes.
I think they're doing Sonic 3 now.
I think they are too.
We can't forget Sonic 2 HD.
Is that?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's still in development, by the way. Keep that in mind. I believe it is. I think
They
they said
revived
they
that
were
shit.
reviving the project.
They're completely rewriting the engine from scratch, but they are reviving it.
Alright. So, Mr.
Yeah, I
Meeks
think
wait,
it's
here.
just the next
before we move on.
Sonic fan game showcase. I hope. Oh, I
Wait,
also had
before
some
we
other
move
games,
on.
but go ahead.
Shout out to Nickelodeon for leaking the prototype.
Wow.
Because
Excuse
Nick
me.
Arcade, you see the prototype was on the game show back in the 90s.
Ah.
Like the prototype of Sonic 2.
So, Nickelodeon did something good.
And they also,
Oh yeah.
they proved that Sonic 2 was literally built off Sonic 1. Because
What was
they had
that
Sonic
hidden
1
stage?
stages.
Was it Hidden Palace Zone? That stage was pretty cool. I always liked that stage. That
Yeah,
base
stage
stage.
got cut off, except in the remake they brought back.
But something I had a few things I wanted to talk about Sonic 2. One, my favorite stage and my least favorite stage. My favorite stage would have to definitely be Metropolis. Well, yeah, Metropolis.
Metropolis.
Just for that music.
Yeah,
And don't forget Mega Mac.
yeah, the Metropolis zone. Specifically, Act 3. Act
Metropolis
1.
Zone scared me, dude. It has
No. Okay, it's like this. Yeah, Metropolis Zone. It was like this. It was really frantic for me because I was like, man, I'm this far in this game, and if I lose, it's over. I have to start over.
Never forget the
And then I met my opponent, the Slicer.
Slicers!
Also, those stars. I hate those stars as well.
Stars are cancer.
Yeah,
Like
the stars
you're
game.
just like
The Acherons.
imagine you just trying to get that last chaos symbol because this could possibly be your final chance. That star comes out of nowhere and ruins all hope you have. Goodbye. And you know you're not gonna survive the next stage. Also, my favorite stage would definitely have to be second stage, the chemical plant zone. Yeah, I'm that guy who likes chemical plant.
You're like so Chris, you like Anyways, Matt, your thoughts on the Sonic of the Hedgehog 2?
I thought it improved very well for what the first one had to give. And then, of course, the Rule 34 subject happens to be there.
Hi, you.
But, anyways, to seriousness, I did think at first, Tails was but then later on, he was, whew!
Finally, he could fly!
And I do like the fact that they started adding cooperation into the games.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, that's gonna be a hint to what Matt's favorite Sonic game is.
I'll fight you.
But I like Sonic Heroes.
You better.
But and one more thing I want to bring up, it's like the cut stages, like how long the game was going to be at first. It was actually at first the game seemed like it was.
Didn't the Christian Whitehead version add us back in?
We can't forget
No.
Rock Zone.
Rock Zone. But guys, the Holocaust Zone.
Oh yeah, the genocide.
The Armenian Genocide Zone, Act 5.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Never forget what zone.
Osama's Graveyard Zone, Act 1. You don't need.
Jesus. Okay. Let's stop before we go too far. Keep going.
Next game.
Slave Ship Zone. Act 2.
No, stop.
The Twin Towers Zone.
Wait,
If we go on like this, I refuse to be a part of this anymore.
Twin Towers. Hold on a second. The Twin Towers Zone, Act 911.
Whoa,
Okay, we're good.
Ling, shut up.
It shouldn't be
Shut up. Yo, I might have to cut that out.
Okay.
It was worth it.
Cut that out. That's.
Ryan, if you're a
that's
man,
all.
you're gonna leave it in. If you're a man, you
Come on,
leave it in.
PB. Come on, PB.
No, cut it out.
Alright, before we get carried away, next game.
Sure.
No, Taz, no, wait, no, Taz,
Oh,
you can
Taz.
stop.
Taz, speak. My bad. Sorry.
All right. Well, my opinions on Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Honestly, it's the best out of the original 3. And Knuckles. Like it's just the best of the classic era.
And
It's in my opinion, it perfected the classic Sonic formula. You know, like because Sonic 1, it was trying to sell itself on being all about speed and shit, right? But it was kind of it wasn't as anywhere near as fast as Sonic 2. Like it got kind of sluggish at some points. You had to like back and build momentum and shit. Like it was not executed as well as it could have. It's not like executed as well as it could have been. But but Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I think personally perfected like the whole speed thing. It's just designed for like speed, you know? Like the levels, there's still platforming, there's still challenge, but it's designed for speed. It's designed to go by quick. It's designed to make you feel that speed, that power, that momentum, that shit. It's so good.
Hey, can I say something real quick, Taz? I think as a testament to what you're saying, Sonic 2 is the only Sonic game, if I'm not mistaken, that you could almost outrun the screen. And when that happened, when I first played that, I was like, what the fuck? I'm going past the screen, and I was like, yeah, that's what blast processing is, Sega. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sega. I fell into a pit and died.
Oh yeah.
Chris, I tempted to edit in the Sonic shorter in the pit.
No, this is something about Sonic. Sonic 2 specifically, because basically I always wanted to get to the special stage because I'm a guy that likes the 100% Sonic 2. That's the game that I would. Actually, I'm like a completionist. But every time I would try the 100% Sonic 2, I would spin dash my way everywhere because I will always be in a ball form and be very cautious about myself. Because if I have 50 rings and I get hit one time, I have to go back through all the stage, hopefully find enough more rings and go to that checkpoint. Because if I don't, I'm not getting that chaos symbol, and I'm going to be very salty.
Very salty. Saltier than a saltine cracker.
Now, I will say there are some things that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 could have improved on. Like, for example, the fucking, the fucking special stages. Like Chris was just saying, like, you only get one shot at that shit, right? Like those special stages.
Actually, Taz, no. You can actually get.
You can get it. You can get the special stages multiple times in one stage. I know, but like per each checkpoint, you only get one shot. So you run out of checkpoints. You run out of rings. You're shit out of luck. Like there should have been like some sort of way. There should have been like some sort of way. Like. Alright.
Yeah, they're not just gonna hold your hand and give you that.
Taz.
The fucking special stage.
But Taz, there's an easy answer for that. Get good, scrub.
Haha. Get him.
So like you lost the special stage, right? But like maybe add like some sort of like pay one of your actual lives to.
Oh, Michael Jackson's.
You know. Like I think that the special stages were probably the biggest problem with Sonic 2.
That's this one's Sonic better. But so
and the biggest problem with the special stages is that freaking fox.
I think we should start talking about the next game.
No, I have a little thing.
Taz, the classic
series. Taz, is that all you had to say about Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
Moving on.
No.
Yeah.
You know why they call it Emerald Hill Zone?
Skype is doing that thing again. Sorry, guys.
You know what? You know why they call it Emerald Hill Zone? Because you can get all the Chaos Emerald in the levels.
Oh yeah, wait, no, I'm not done yet. Also, I really love the fucking level designs in that game. Like, I love how everything looks all patternized. It just feels so crisp and nice, and it just feels like so good. It just feels so good. It's the whole style.
My dick feels crisp.
All right.
So Taz, are you done?
Yes, now I am.
Alright, so guys, which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do CD first or 3 and Knuckles first?
Let's get CD
ten-
first, because it
we
was
should
supposed to
probably-
come after Sonic
CD
1.
came out before 3, so I think
So
that.
yeah, let's do CD. Alright, let's do CD. So
We should have done CD before Sonic 2, but whatever.
Just as long as we move on, because we're starting to stick on the same topic.
anyways, moving on to Sonic CD. So okay, so the Sega CD for you kids nowadays.
Hey.
Shane, we're going to CD.
Okay, real quick thing about 3. It's
No,
my
we didn't talk about
No,
we didn't
no,
talk
we
about
didn't
3
do
yet.
three
We didn't talk about 3 yet.
Oh,
We're talking about CDs.
CD.
We're talking
Oh,
about CDs and 3.
CD? That's my.
Yeah.
This is okay.
We
can I
just-
speak?
Wait, hold on, Shane. So kids today might ask, why the was physical Sonic CD? So kids, back in the day, we didn't actually. The older people didn't actually use CDs back then. They used cartridges.
No!
I want to kill
So-
Wait, we still
yes.
do.
Wait,
3DS.
no, kids today will know what cartridges they are. They're those boxes.
I mean for consoles. For consoles has. So yeah, CDs were actually not the mainstream back then. We didn't. So Sega thought, hey, we should use this new CD technology for video games. Let's put movies in them, and formed the Sega CD, the
And
FMV
it bombed.
machine.
When
Yeah,
you mean
bomb hard.
movies, you mean fucking
Bomb
like small ass
hard.
pixels with a big ass border.
Well, it's the AVGN clip. It's like it's like full motion video. Have a full fucking screen.
Shit, bombed.
Yeah.
Bombed harder than Paris.
Oh
Dude!
my god!
King, I'm cutting that out.
Oh
King, I'm cutting that out.
Yeah.
King, I'm cutting that out.
What's going on?
King, I can't put that in the
Oh my
video.
fucking god. That was amazing.
King, I'm cutting that out of the video.
Hearts out to
Okay.
the people over there, though, for real.
I'm gonna cut that part of it. Anyways, sorry for that random cut. You wondering what the random cuts were? Well, there's
Skype.
It was King
Skype
being a
and Skype.
nigger.
I
It
am
was
savage.
A nigger.
because there's some
Moving
parts I
on.
can't. Anyways, so the Sega CD was kind of bomb. There's only really does Night Trap count as a good game?
Can't keep the beast inside me.
This Night
No,
Trap.
I'll say
that's
there wasn't
cancer.
one good game.
All
but there was
right,
more
so
than
there's
one
only
good
2
game.
games good for the Sega CD from what I know of. The one obviously on the CD, but also Snatcher. Like, was it like Snatcher? That was Snatcher. That was the
Okay, thank you.
That was the other Hideo Kojima game, right? Snatcher. So I think that was released in the
Yes.
US. So yeah, only
Don't
2
wear
games.
thighs.
So no, that's a 3DO game.
Oh, really?
That's not saying all of them were shit. Mortal Kombat was pretty good too, and Earthworm
Was that-
Jim.
Oh yeah. Wait, were they on Sega CD?
Yes, they were.
All right. Well,
I had
Mortal
ports.
Kombat.
Yeah.
I'm more talking about exclusives. But okay, so all right, let's get the joke out of the way. Scenic boom. Scenic boom. Anyway, so
What's a Sonic Boom? I played the Japanese Sonic.
okay. Sonic boom.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jokes are
so
done.
Sonic-
Jokes are done.
alright,
It's
Sonic
getting
CD.
annoying.
Let's talk about onions.
I want to kill myself.
Where did
Sonic-
onions come from?
Onions
Sonic-
have layers.
Where did
Okay,
we
okay,
get the
okay.
onions from?
Okay.
Moving on.
Who's gonna go first on Sonic
Anyway,
CD?
Sonic CD. So if we're talking about the original Sonic CD version, then it'll be probably I'll say is good.
Yes.
It was okay. It was fine, but not my. It was. I'll say it's good. Now, we're talking about the newer version made by Christian Whitehead. Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
that's good. That's like first off. Oh, shit. Sorry. Okay, so guys, what soundtrack do you guys prefer? May I ask?
I like both. I don't.
I like the hip techno HD
I
deluxe
like
version.
both.
So,
US?
so you're still the US. I'm assuming.
I like the German version. That was pretty good.
No, I know.
To be honest,
I like the
I think
That would actually
German-
count as the Japanese soundtrack.
Yeah, I think.
I know,
Europe
I'm
does
joking
count.
around. But in all seriousness, it's kind of divided. I like some tracks better in the United States version. I like some better in Japanese.
So
There's
yeah.
only one song that I like
Same
better
here.
in the US, and that's the special stage music.
you
Oh,
want to
yeah,
know what?
like the one that
It
goes.
just sounds like it came out of F-Zero.
Yeah, the one that goes. Yeah. Sonic CD, I like. It's probably my second favorite out of the classic era because especially the Christian Whitehead version. It runs so smoothly. So who wants to talk about the CD?
I would. Well, I was going.
My
to-
second favorite of the classic era was Sonic 1, but we're already past that.
Bro,
Yeah.
Bro, just Ling, you want to go?
So,
You're too slow.
Yeah,
Oh,
so hush your little face, boy.
Who's next?
Ling.
Gotta go. Yeah, I've been in the middle of talking.
Ling.
Christopher, do not harm
BB,
my
I'm sorry.
Christopher
Robin.
I'm sorry.
We're going a little too far with the joke.
Hey, let's go. Ling. CD.
Okay, fine. Fucking Sonic CD's soundtrack was amazing. I loved the gameplay. I loved the super peel out. Fucking the stages were good. It introduced Rosie the Rascal.
Oh yeah, Rosie.
Later
see
to
later.
become Amy Rose.
Yes,
Kill
yes.
himself.
Yeah, King wants to murder himself. I personally
King, man, please don't drive. Please don't drive that joke into the ground in this video, man.
I want to drive myself into the ground.
Alright, Ryan, we know
Last
that.
one, last
Anyways,
one.
moving on. I was like,
Just
continue.
don't go too far, King.
I was still
Like, continue.
okay. And really, the only reason why I would normally pick either just between Japanese soundtrack or the American one, but I actually there's this soundtrack called there's a OC remix of it, and that one's like so much better than the both of them combined. So yeah,
Actually, Ling, sorry to interrupt you. It's related to what you're talking about, this OC remix?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one who knows about that.
Okay.
Yeah, neither. Same. I actually really like that one too.
Temporal
I don't
duality.
know about
They're
it.
good.
It's called temporal duality. It's a really, really awesome
But,
mix.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's...
Continue.
Anyways, continue, Ling.
Yep.
you're done?
Yeah.
Are you done? All right. So who wants to go
okay.
next? Let's go next.
I want to go
All right,
next.
Shane, go.
Okay, this is my second favorite classic game. Emphasis on classic. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I like the gameplay a lot.
I love the crunch.
I think it's better than Sonic 2.
Mm.
I just love the crunch.
I'm about to leave for that joke.
God.
You think I'm kidding? I'm about to hit the end call.
And the music is phenomenal. Like Ling said, OT remixes are great. I like the US and the Japan equally, but because I like the US's specialties.
Oh, guys, should we mention those one is horrifying. Those weird like secret code like sound test screens.
Yeah, I know. But I like the
Creepy
US
pasta.
soundtracks equally. They're both fantastic. And
Yes.
I love
Love the
the
crunch.
iOS.
God damn it.
So Shane, that's your thoughts on.
If you're gonna play Sonic CD, never play the
The original. Play the new.
Like literally.
Shane, you're coming very quiet on your mic.
Okay.
Alright, so who wants to go
Like
next?
I said, just play the Christian Whitehead version. Best
Who
version.
wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Alright, Chris, go.
Sonic City, claimed as many by their favorite Sonic games, or it's one of their favorites. I think it's an okay game. I don't think it's bad. I just think, like, the thing with me is, like, it's not really built around the time travel mechanic they have. And, it's just that some of the level design would just be questionable. Not bad, just questionable. And, yeah, I had fun with it like on my first time. Thank you, Ryan, for giving me the game because I had fun playing it.
You're welcome.
But it's a good thing. I would really recommend the Christian Whitehead version. That dude, if you're hearing this, most likely you will never be watching a video like this.
Violet,
Good job. Shout out to you, dude. Good job.
Violet, for the audience, sorry for all that background noise you hear. You're hearing this from one of us.
Actually, no.
Please ignore that.
Oh.
Sorry for.
Anyway.
Anyways, anyways,
your background noise of an African American family.
Oh my god,
Yo, can we
I
not-
ruined this video. Nice.
anyways, Fourscore, do you want to go next?
Can I use the right
Yes.
terminology for that word? Fourscore. You said
Hey,
African American.
Fourscore.
Can I use
Thoughts
the
on-
right terminology?
No.
Fourscore
I
got
wasn't really done, but okay.
Alright,
Okay.
Chris, any last words?
I would have to say I don't really have a favorite soundtrack, but I would say like um, they're both really good, and I would say that this mostly tracks I prefer like in the US version, and I would usually say like the US version, if we want to get in a technical way, is a little bit better than like the US version was just atmospheric, and
I still hate the boss fight music in the freaking US soundtrack.
oh my god, that is crazy.
I love it. I put that in my
No, is it
team.
music or it's
Work that sucker to death. Come on now, work that sucker to death.
okay? Oh man, I love the soundtracks. Okay,
Yes,
yeah, I'm done.
Chris,
Sonic
Fourscore.
always has kick-ass soundtracks.
No. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that Batman Sonic thing.
Oh yeah, Sonic Man, the origin.
Hey, we don't talk about that. That's nightmare fuel.
I know, like the Batman Sonic thing.
No, like the
that's
Sonic with like the weird
Mario face.
It's
That,
like
from what I heard, that's supposed
Yeah.
to be like an anti-piracy message. From what I heard.
yeah, anti-piracy in your.
I don't know what they were smoking at Sega or.
It's Chris.
Yeah.
No, it's easy to say Japan for those things.
Oh, you know, it's Japan. It's Japan. Never mind. I don't discriminate Japan. They just do their own thing. They just.
All right, so it's
porn.
Yeah, it's
They can
Fourscore.
be porn.
Fourscore, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. Sonic CD. I used to this used to be my favorite Sonic game. It's just still damn well up there, but like.
It's a slap.
Then you saw a port of Rosie the Rascal.
Hey,
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I love many things about this. I thought the special stages, while they were kind of a bitch to control, they looked like they came out fucking Super Mario Kart the Mode 7 shit.
Yeah, it's
I
like
thought that was
the
cool.
future.
It was the future. But anyways, I like the time travel mechanic. It was a nice twist to the formula. Even though this is only like the third main platforming Sonic game at the time.
You know what's sad? That freaking Sonic CD does time travel better than 06.
It does.
There's a 13-year difference there, boy. But you're not lying.
Jesus Christ.
Still better. Still better.
You're not
Still
lying,
better.
though. You're not lying.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Oh my god.
Enjoy your future. It's gonna be great.
Enjoy
One thing so this and Sonic 2 were both being made at the same time, so you can't say, oh, this builds up Sonic 2 because they both build off Sonic 1.
You can definitely tell by like the spin dashes are very
The
different.
spin dash, they had a completely different idea of what the spin dash would work, and the original concept works kind of like ass, a little bit. You have to wait until it fully charges. You gotta press it down once, and when you hear it going, whatever the fuck, I don't fucking know.
Then when it gets to its highest pitch, you let go.
Yeah, then you let go. It works, but personally, I just prefer mashing buttons.
Poisonally.
Supposedly.
The Super
Man,
Chaos cool though. I like
Yeah.
They need to bring that back more. Super that's really cool. At least
It
for
really
running
is.
animation.
That works. That works.
Oh, that running
Really
animation.
fast.
Should we mention the peeling Sonic hack?
Oh
I have
my
more to say about
god.
Sonic 3 though. Okay,
Oh
the
my
level
God.
design was more based around Sonic 1 in terms of platforming, not focused more mainly on the speed gimmick. It's still damn good, and it even improves, honestly. Improves off Sonic 1. In my opinion. Even though it was a little bit more enclosed, in a sense, it works.
Yes.
And the gimmicks works fine. Like I liked how, depending on how you did, like in the zone, so if you got a good future, the final act was either happy as fuck or you fucked up, kid. Here you go.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the game that not only introduced Rosie Raccoon, but also introduced Major Sonic.
Also, never
Oh,
forget
yeah.
was
The
Chaos's
most-
boss level. That level was a bitch. The fucking flippers did not work.
Mm.
They're all over the place.
Oh god.
Also,
I remember that level. Ugh.
never forget the robot, which if you just walk all the way to the right, just beat that shit in like 2 seconds.
Yep.
Rest in pieces.
Okay, so that's your dots. That's your dots for score.
And also This is also the first game where they introduced a female hedgehog that eventually became the subject of various pornography.
Yep.
It's for King. Fortune Dash your dots.
Yes, good game. I don't care what fucking version you play. Mobile version's great, but I don't give a fuck. Play it on Sega CD, GameCube, PC.
Well, no, Fourscore. Play on the Sega CD if the Sega CD actually loads it.
If it actually loads up your fucking thing, yeah. But the PC 1996 version's there too, but just get the new one if you can.
Alright, so Mr. King, sir, you had to say something about Sonic CD?
First
I'm
off,
scared. I'm scared.
don't call me sir. I am King Senior. I am Grandpa.
Hey, I'm Grandpoo.
Granddad.
Alright. Real talk though. Sonic CD. I'm gonna make a confession. Never played the game fully, and beat it. I mean, I've played snippets of it. From what I've played though, I like it. The Japanese soundtrack is something I rock out with all the time. I don't care for the English soundtrack because fuck America. What else?
Got some good stuff.
Hey, we don't need you. We got our freedom fries.
I'll be up in Canada with my free healthcare, boy. Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, I liked that one. I don't know much about this game, so just pull the trigger now, please.
So, King, what do you think? What do you think of the new things they added to CD, like Mr. Super Peel Out, Rosie the Rascal, Me Too?
Oh yeah, Rosie the Rascal. I would like to see her burned in a pit in public.
burn to the ground.
Speaking of
Super Peel Out, I think they should just. I don't think that Super Peel Out was really all that necessary. I think they should just made that the running animation, like what they're doing with like Sonic Lost World and stuff like that. That's just a really good. That's just what I see. I don't, the whirling in a circle feet are pretty cool, but like the running, the Super 8, the Peel Out, that figure 8 is like how you know Sonic's is going really fast, dude. Anyway,
what else
and then Metal Sonic, best villain of all time, even though he's like
Life form data, successfully copied.
I am the real Sonic.
I am you, but stronger.
You know everything I'm gonna do,
but that's not gonna help you because I know
Everything you're going to do.
Strange, isn't it, girl?
What? No, that's not strange. That's just creepy. What the heck, dude?
Like Metal Sonic's like, dude, hello. Hey, stop.
Dude, hello? No, that's stalking. I got a bit of a stain going on.
I never thought you'd stoop that low.
Sorry.
I'm afraid of lightning.
Matt, your debts.
I'm afraid of the lightning.
Sonic CD is my favorite classic game of all time. Yes.
Put a bullet in yourself.
Don't worry, I have my ounce of bleach and the noose ready for me after this. But anyways,
No,
Right,
Matt,
you
leave.
need to last, right?
yeah. Anyways, Super Peel Out's actually my second favorite Sonic technique of all time. I wish they would bring back either at least an animation style, or if they do another classic game and actually try to put effort into it. I mean, what?
We'll get to four.
But I know, but yeah, Peel Out's my second favorite technique, followed by the one thing I'm named after on Twitter. Yeah, but
we won't get to the homie tag. But we had to.
But I really love the music.
The homie tag is so good.
I don't care what version, but I do prefer the Metal Sonic fight in Japanese. And then level design, it was really dickish, but I loved it anyways.
Collision detection.
Reality check. King's a fucking retard.
Am I a retard, Matt?
Yes.
Or are you just mentally
Both.
What? Say that again, Shane?
Knuckles Chaotix. Does it count as
it's more of a spin-off because it's not part of the
Look
main
at that, though.
series.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Alright, so let's move on to the game that introduced Mr. Meme Lord himself, Knuckles. Sonic 3.
Knuckles. Rougher than the rest of
Knuckles
them.
Knuckles and Knuckles, knock, it's nipples.
No guys, we should really talk about the best Sonic game of all time. Sonic 3 CD and Knuckles and Knuckles.
Oh,
No.
Well, that is my favorite game of all time. I can't believe that we haven't talked about this first. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, so Sonic 3 and Knuckles, really good game. My favorite of the classic series. Okay, obvious. Okay, that's kind of a two. Yeah, everybody says it's their favorite, but it's so good.
This isn't
It's
Rip
no
Yuki.
use.
But yeah, but
Yes.
But it's my favorite of the classic era, and it holds up really well. Great level design. All the multiple player characters have their own gimmicks, and they still and they feel like they don't feel like just they added them for a gimmick. It actually feels like they're like a Sonic with some switchability, even though they're better than Sonic. Then so why the fuck do you want to play as Sonic? But introduces Mr. Caesar. This is the only game that had Mr. Caesar Sonic himself, Mr. Hypersonic. And it's overall a good game, and it has to lock on stuff because the game's too fucking big.
To be honest,
it's the game that introduced Mr. Meme, Mr. Idiot Dan Green, Knuckles, Enchilada Nipples.
it's Knuckles. Go ahead.
Knuckles, Nickels.
So yeah, that's my thoughts, and
Apart from the rest of them,
that's my thoughts, and I love the soundtrack. I freaking love Sonic 3 and Knuckles soundtrack. It's like, is there any soundtrack that I could bob my head to? It's gonna be this game. So anyone to go next?
I'll go.
Oh,
Okay, never mind. No, you go, Chris. You
Ladies
go,
first.
I'm not a lady,
so you're saying
You
Taz
are.
should go first?
Yeah,
No, okay,
exactly.
fine. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
No, I'll take it.
Well,
I'll take it. I'll take it because it's Taz. No, I'll take it because it's Taz. Anyways,
No, I'll go first. Fuck you.
Okay.
Everyone
Okay.
just.
All right,
I'll
Taz, you
go
go.
first.
Taz, you go.
All right. We're talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Sonic
we were
3
talking
and
about
Knuckles.
Mario
Now,
Kart.
see, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, in my opinion, was sort of a little bit of a step back from Sonic 2.
Yeah. Taz,
And this is why I was gonna
Taz,
kill
I
you.
hear the angry mom
Sonic
coming
3,
outside.
Sonic 3
This
and
is
Knuckles.
why we don't let Taz speak. This is why we duct tape his mouth.
All right, let him speak, guys. Let him speak.
Let me speak, all right?
Let the slave speak.
Anyways, so in my opinion, it was sort of a little bit of a step back. Now, don't get me wrong, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, great game, fantastic. But see, the thing is,
Go on.
like it's just like it feels like it doesn't really follow the formula that like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 set up. Like it doesn't put as much of an emphasis on speed, which was Sonic's whole deal. It puts more of an emphasis on exploration, which exploration in a game isn't that bad, but like it's just so different from Sonic 2, dude. Like it's not at all what Sonic 2 was leading up to be. And on top of that, like it did have some good soundtracks, but in terms of like its environments and shit, I really liked the whole patternized look that Sonic 2 was going for. Like it felt like that was the style that it was meant to be done in. But Sonic 3, like it wasn't that patternized. It felt like the colors in it were like they weren't as bright and vibrant, more dulled down and grayish, like.
Great. Oh, okay.
Well, not
keep
grayish,
going. I'll counter that later. Keep going.
But like, it just felt like they were going for like a more natural look for it. Like they were going for a more realistic look for it, which wasn't at all like that's not the art style that I like.
Oh, Twiggered.
That's not the art
Twiggered.
that I grew to love from Sonic 2. Now, that being said, I didn't play Sonic 3 as, a child, so so my opinions about it aren't as fond as, say, Sonic 1 and 2 are. That's probably why I prefer Sonic 1 over Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but it's just its whole styling. its whole styling, its gameplay, it's all just so different and so not what Sonic 2 was setting the series up to be.
It's different. It's bad. I'm kidding. Go.
So
Go.
Taz, is that your?
But then again, look at those nowadays. Would you say that they were the same blue hedgehog? No, you wouldn't. So I digress, I guess. But all in all, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. From what I did play of it.
So hey Taz, I think I hear the angry mom coming outside your door.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Run, Taz, run!
Taz, you see, this is what happens when you have opinions on the internet. You just can't like what they like, can you? You just gotta please yourself. You're selfish son of.
Anyways, anyone wants to go next?
Yeah, I'm anxious to go next. Okay, ladies first.
Okay.
But, no.
If I have to,
Do a linger, not getting paid. Oh wait, I'm not paying you guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pay him, all right.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. No,
I'm gonna pay you, all right. Go first.
No, you aren't. Screw you.
Yes.
Anyway, of course, like I said right in the beginning, I'm gonna have some bias about this game since this was the first video game I've ever played, and it was like the most favorite game. It's just some bias. I just state that right now. I absolutely love Sonic 3. The way the level design is, the way the option to pick either Sonic, Sonic and Tails, or Knuckles. The way you fucking shit. I didn't even know about the goddamn the lock cartridge thing because I didn't have the cartridge, but I didn't know about that until much later when I saw that on like on Johnny's review, and immediately when I heard about that just made me flip my shit because that was like the most amazing thing I've ever heard.
Should we mention
Repeat that. I was Sky was bleeping out for me because Sky.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the angry mob trying to stab me.
No, that's
not me. But go
me
ahead.
that's being attacked.
Oh, yeah.
Get away from me, you crazy kids!
You gotta fucking die!
Don't you mean adult man child?
Get the fuck
But Ling, you done?
fucking job!
Alright.
But yeah. It had a lock-on feature, and I said I didn't know that until I saw Johnny's review because, like I said, the only way I played that game was on that PC port. And then much later on, when I had the Make It Gems collection, was that on there? It was some.
It's actually on everything now. You play on your potato nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just swarmed with memories. I can't speak even.
So can I steal you?
Yeah, you could steal me.
Let me. Everyone knows how I feel about this game here. I love this game. This is my favorite classic Sonic game of all time. I don't care what you say. It's the best. So it's just okay. It's level design. It takes a perfect balance of both speed and platforming. Because keep in mind, Sonic's also a platformer. He's not also.
I thought it was just about going fast.
No, he's also a platformer. I mean, I pointed this out.
Sonic 2 had platforming too.
I'm talking, you little slave. I'm kidding. Yeah. But seriously,
a little slave.
But yeah. I feel like I was just mostly, blasting. Yeah, that's Sonic. I was blasting so much around the level. Actually, I don't know. I feel like Sonic 3 Knuckles. It says, "Hey, Sonic is also a platformer, so we're gonna balance that in." I had nothing with Sonic. I had nothing against Sonic 2. Just focusing. It had more focus on speed and stuff. I had nothing against that, unless you like getting later into the stages. I'm looking deeply at you, Metropolis. But anyways, I feel like Sonic 3 Knuckles pat that down really well. Not only that, the special stages. Let's talk about those. I want to see those come back.
Sega, bring those back. Yeah, Sega, bring those back, please. I'm getting tired of the.
Because one,
Triggered.
These are the special stages you can be playing. You can try again. Just you have to quit the entire level though. So good luck with that, kid. But hey, you have a save feature, so guess what? You're not gonna be pushed all the way back. So another reason why I love Sonic 3 Knuckles. It also had like a story. It had more of a story. It represented its own story, which
voice acting or like cutscenes.
Without voice acting or cutscenes, which I am highly admired from.
Well, I mean, you could count those as cutscenes.
Sort of.
Sort of. I'm more count those as like scripted moments, but whatever.
Yeah, scripted moments.
But not only that, it's the lengthiest of the three, and
because especially you have both. You have the Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Have you guys ever played Sonic 3 and Knuckles Complete?
Yeah. But anyways, what I was gonna say, mainly Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Can I just count on Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
Yeah, we're counting as a whole game. We're not.
Okay, good. But Sonic 3 and Knuckles, not only that is the lengthiest Sonic game, I have no level that I genuinely disliked. I enjoyed
even like Sandopolis, even like Sandopolis.
I hate that.
Sandopolis was too long, but I enjoyed playing. Anyways,
pyramid can suck a dick.
I mean, like, I liked it. I mean, it's not my favorite stage in the game. Granted, it's not the worst thing ever. It actually can be enjoyable at times. So it's not the worst thing for me. It's not the best, but hey, I don't dislike it. I can't dislike it. I actually like it. The soundtrack. Take a guess. Take a guess what you think I think of the soundtrack.
It's terrible.
It's disgusting. You should.
It's horrible.
It's the worst one in the franchise, of course.
No.
I'm just kidding. All right, but seriously, it's my favorite classic soundtrack, and people usually be like, Ice Cap Zone. My ears. That good touch. I'm over here just like Flying Battery. Just Flying Battery.
Flying Battery.
Hey, that's a good track also.
I like Flying Battery too. Yeah.
So Chris, any last words to say about Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles? Because we had to take there's other people in the call. Remember?
Sega, why do you hate this game? It's why Saggy? Why?
Where's our Christian Whitehead version?
Yeah, Christian Whitehead's working on Freedom Planet 2. He ain't coming back. I'm sorry. It's over.
So Chris, any last things to say?
Definitely, possibly.
Wait, is he working on Freedom Planet 2?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, congratulations, you're educated. Anyways,
well,
basically, I love it's graphically this game. It takes whatever it takes whatever's on. Unless you can get a game on an NES to prove me wrong. I think this is possibly one of the best graphically 16-bit games, if it is 16-bit, out there.
It is.
Without a doubt, it's my favorite.
Don't get me wrong. It's just the overall style it went with.
I love the art style. Art style. It's not too realistic. It's cartoony in areas. In fact, I think
Sonic looks pudgy.
Yeah, he does look pudgy, you can't admit. He is supposed to. Well, thing is, King.
I like the Sonic 2 sprite for Sonic himself better.
Okay, yeah, I will agree with that. I think his
Classic's a pudgy little.
Oh, also, this game is basically Sonic sucks the game because Knuckles and Tails are better than him in every way possible. Like Knuckles is slightly slower, but hey, you can glide in areas, and what I appreciate is that he has his own.
What?
We have like one more game for this part, yeah?
So Chris, anything else? Because we have other people that's...
I'm almost done. I have a few more things.
Just hurry the fuck up.
Just Knuckles.
Jesus, this is just the classic era, and we started at like, what, 10?
Oh, okay.
We'll divide it into parts.
We'll divide the parts. I'll get to that. Anyways, continue, Chris.
Anyways, like I was saying, just Knuckles, he has his own, like, he used to be a badass, by the way. Thank you, Sega. Yeah. Anyways, but I still like him in Boom, don't get me wrong. But anyways, Knuckles, he's just, that character. They put so much love into that character in that game. He has his even own level layouts. He has his own specific routes exclusive to him. And you can play him in Sonic too if you, attach the game with each other.
Just don't lock Sonic and Knuckles to Sonic again. No way.
Yeah. But yeah,
No way.
without a doubt, my favorite classic Sonic game. It was my favorite. Is it my favorite Sonic game of all time? It used to be.
So wait, what's your
But
favorite?
God, it's up there. The game above it didn't exist, and we'll get around to it real quick. And me, you can share it. So
Anyways,
It's Rush.
Chris, are you done?
well, I think we do. I don't know if it's actually his favorite, but whatever. Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, so who wants to go next?
I'll talk about it since I
I'll go
have
next.
least
JK,
to say.
You already talked
Oh,
about
you
it.
already went. Guys, you
Yeah,
already
put it in
went.
the chat.
Yeah, I know. I said JK.
Matt, your turn.
Okay, so I actually have the confession like King did with CD. I very rarely ever played 3.
No.
Any reason
Yes, because honestly, overratedness.
Angry mob is going after Matt.
I don't care at this
And now an
point.
angry mob's going after Matt.
Let them kill me, please. Anyways, I think it's actually for the classic series. It's overrated. I hear about it all the time.
It is the most overrated,
But
it's so
don't get
good.
me wrong, it had the best soundtrack, the best looking graphics, best looking colors in my opinion. Everything about that game was pretty much what a Sonic was about. But like I said, people overrated it, and I got.
I admit it is overrated, but it's so good.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna admit when it's not bad. It's my at least third before final. For I don't know. It's like not the last, but it's close to it. But it beats 1.
Alright, so Fourscore? Are we here?
Yeah,
No.
I think
Alright.
I'm
Okay,
I haven't
Fourscore.
gone.
Fourscore, your dots.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
and
Good game. Very good
And
game.
Knuckles.
Okay.
Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles.
and
And Knuckles. And Chuckles,
Huh.
his cousin with the yellow shoes that last.
Okay, if you wondering if we're gonna cover any of the
Anyways.
Sonic, if you guys wondering if we're gonna cover any of the Sonic comic stuff, don't worry, that's gonna be its own part itself probably. Where's thingy Fourscore?
I think he
Sonic
had
3
more to
Knuckles.
say. Yeah.
I do. I got lots. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Holes got bigger. All the design was still good as fuck. It was tight. Speed was still there. One of the issues I kind of had, though, I think they relied a little bit too much on the water. A little bit. In
Too much
Sonic 3.
water!
In Sonic 3. 7 point out of 10. too much
7.5
water.
out of 10. Yeah. Too much water.
And one thing you guys never fucking mentioned yet in this thing, like, video.
What?
Carnival Night Zone. The fucking barrel.
Because the barrel
I
was
never had-
simple.
I
It
never
wasn't
had a
that
problem with
hard.
that barrel.
Nor
It
did
really
I.
wasn't.
Neither did I, but still.
It was just common sense
I
for
didn't
me.
have a problem with that.
I
It's
sat
because
there-
I just looked up a YouTube tutorial.
Sat there for like fucking, 5 minutes. How the fuck do you get rid of this fucking thing?
Alright.
Oh, you move up and down, up
Yeah,
and
like,
down. Okay.
Fourscore, yeah, I'm gonna edit in the Sonic short about that now.
Oh god.
Quick question: Was there a timer on Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
all the classic games.
There was a timer in almost all the classic games.
Okay, I was just
There's-
checking. I was just
there's a
checking.
timer on
Because I didn't
every
really run out of
game.
time. That's the issue. I never ran out of time.
But anyways, soundtrack, it was fantastic. Fucking up there with some of the best video game soundtracks ever composed. Michael Jackson worked on it.
Woo!
Some people, well, we still don't know if he did, but still.
Yeah, we
I think he
it's
just doesn't
confirmed.
want, he just doesn't want credit.
Alright.
He just didn't want credit. And also,
Which is
I think it was
unfortunate.
also
No,
the first game that I think
You know the
members
other.
of what eventually became Crush 40 of Johnson Noy. That's also the first game they worked on, I think.
Which by the way, Fourscore actually met Juice Noy.
Yeah, I did.
You know the actual real reason why Michael Jackson wasn't credited, besides the fact he didn't want it to be himself. It was
He's-
also
Because of the
it-
scandals that are going around the time. That's never.
Didn't he say he didn't like?
Culkin.
because of the pedophile thing started around, and they just didn't want to seem like they were supporting pedophiles, so they
Alright.
had to come out of the
Yeah.
cast.
To be honest, there's so much shit going around at that time that you can hardly, pinpoint why exactly that was the case.
And also, it had some McDonald's toys too. Cheers.
The only one I remember from the McDonald's toys is the weird Knuckles one, the freaking
Oh
weird
my-
cloud.
Had
Hey,
the Sonic,
Mr.
I had the Sonic and the Knuckle one. They were both like.
And for some reason, Eggman was based off his SOAT design.
Cream butt flubber catch. Green.
Why?
You know what I'm talking about?
So, Fourscore, that's your thoughts on Sonic 3 and Knuckles?
Probably the most solid entry of the era. Probably, at saying the least. It's probably my favorite game, but that's kind of a hard thing to decide because I do like a bunch of games a lot. So, but that is a very solid game. Separately, they're both solid games. Put them together, you got no other fucking shit.
Good.
All right, so
Okay, Doomsday Zone's music space.
Yeah, I love Doomsday. Doomsday. So King, do you like to go?
King is dead.
Oh, sorry,
okay, there
didn't
you
see
go.
you there. I was too busy playing the blue balls.
Balls.
Yeah, Sonic 3. Yeah, it's pretty much what everyone looked. Hey, I love that game, dude. Fun fact: the first time I really got like a real good glimpse of the game, like a good chance playing it, was on the DS Sonic collection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a good. That's
They
one.
never. But the funny thing is, they didn't have Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It was just
There
Sonic,
was Sonic 3, and then
Knuckles.
there was Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah. So I never got to experience the full game. Then
Hey, wait a minute. It did have Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
No, it was just Sonic
3,
3,
and then
and then
they
Sonic
had
And Sonic and Knuckles.
I'm almost
Sonic.
positive that's what it
Yeah,
only
it
had.
was.
No, I think they did have Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure they
for-
did. I know they
I
had
did-
Sonic 2 and Knuckles. They did.
Alright,
Okay.
Fourscore,
I'll look it
then
up.
I didn't know that then.
We'll check.
Sorry
We'll
for being
check
a little
later.
bit
We'll
of a
check
tricky
later.
guy,
We'll
sorry.
check later.
Actually, okay, commenters. If you actually know this genuinely by heart,
I'm just gonna go
write
on
it down in
Google.
the comment section. Okay, that works too.
I really don't
Yeah.
know.
I was going. I was
Anyway,
going
this
to.
game was really fun. I played it on emulator because I don't have money. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a pretty fun game. I think that I liked.
Oh.
It was more.
Oh no, guys. Okay,
Ah.
so not to interrupt, but I looked it up. So, there's a thing in the game you can lock on the end Knuckles cart, and you can
Okay.
get Knuckles in Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Well, I had.
Alright.
So it has
That's
both Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Well, good to know.
There you go.
Good to know.
You know
Yeah.
what would be cool? Sonic 1 and Knuckles.
Well,
No,
no.
we're too broken.
we didn't take
Actually, they're actually going to do that too. They couldn't get to work though.
Anyway.
Alright. Anyways, anything else, King?
What the f-
I like to confirm that yeah, there was Sonic 3. No, wait, hold on. That's a different.
Chris,
Hold on.
We
my bad.
just went over it.
We
my
went over it.
sweet chocolate-covered friend.
No. Okay. I thought you guys wanted me to. Ling,
We
hold on.
already went over it.
We did, buddy.
Oh, sorry. I was
Hey,
on.
Lockdown cartridge confirmed for Smash. Please stop.
Yeah, do DLC.
Alright,
It's
alright,
King.
alright.
Continue.
Alright, I'm not done yet. Anyway, game was fun. I think the story really dragged me in because it had a cohesive storyline. Like, after it was weird. It had a lot of story. It was a really long game for what it's worth. It's a really meaty game if you locked it on.
We have
think-
the Knuckles being.
I like it.
Sonic.
I like Sonic 2 a lot, but when I think of pinnacle of Sonic games, I think of Sonic 3. And it's still a good game, and it still holds up to this day as one of the best, if not the best, 2D Sonic experience. So, without further ado, let's continue on to.
So Shane.
Sonic 4.
Wait, no, Shane has to go.
Oh, him. Yeah, that person. Go.
Yeah, hello, I still have to go.
Alright, Shane.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's got those-
not my favorite classic game, but it's still pretty good. Sonic 3 and Knuckles and yeah, you get the point. Anyway,
Sonic 3
so that was a pretty good game. It introduced our boy Knuckles. It had
He's black.
Hyper Sonic, which gave me a seizure. We also had the introduction of
Mickey
What
Sonic.
was that?
space. Sonic in space.
Oh yeah, Sonic in space.
Siege of
What was that
Siege.
one? What was that one animation?
No,
the
it was in
3
Sonic
animation
2
of
where
like
Sonic
That's
in space.
technically
That's
bullshit.
the
Sonic
Sonic
Netflix,
Giant.
flying in space in
animation.
Sonic 3. So,
That one
so
3
Sonic-
animation.
flying in space, and
Of Sonic and Doomsday Zone.
you know, like everyone has been saying before, it's a good game. Really, really big levels, and like you can get to like all of the fucking Chaos Emeralds within the first stage.
I hate my
Yeah, you
life.
can. So,
Yeah, you can.
Well, the first 2 stages.
so yeah, so Shane, is that your thoughts?
Yeah, not my favorite, but it's not.
This is very good. Well, there's a 4 Sonic game, so yes, it's kind of counts for cover Sonic 4 of the
I
1
hate
and
it.
2.
I hate it. I hate it. I
We
hate it.
can't
I
talk
hate
about
it.
Sonic. We can't
I
just
never
talk about
played it.
chaotics.
That's part of the
It's not
spin-off.
worth your
So
time.
the reason why we're at Sonic 4 to the classic because it's technically the 4th game in the classic era, even though they used the modern design. So shut up. All right, so Sonic 4. My biggest complaint about the series, not counting like the whole episodic thing, it's okay. Episode 1, my problem was okay. Obvious joke is the physics. It was definitely floaty. I rather they would use.
Shit.
I'd rather they use they use the Rush engine, which it's a good engine, but not really good for classic Sonic kind of level design. But like functionally, it's a good game, but just I just like wish they didn't want episodic because they ended up got the cliffhanger, which is why I'm worried about the freaking FF10 remake.
No. Eggman just wins.
Yeah, Eggman just wins.
Winning, duh, winning.
Fucking okay, I gotta win it.
But so like, it is.
Sonic 4 Episode 3 win.
Episode 2 is definitely an improvement over Episode 1, but it's still not as good as the main 4 classic era. Like personally, Sonic Advance is more of a Sonic 4 to me than Sonic 4 is. It returns like a gameplay, like new things they added, because really, Sonic 4 really did copy paste a lot of things from Sonic 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's basically Sonic 1, 2, 3 plus homing attack.
yeah, and the homing attack, which is kind of broken. But
Yeah, the homing attack in that game. Oh, wait, it's not my turn. I'll get to my opinions.
But so it's overall it's a good download title. It's just like I'd rather they wouldn't have called Sonic 4, because you're gonna call it that. People are obviously gonna compare to the Sonic 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Since Taz, you're about to say your thoughts, how about you go next? Hey.
So my opinions on Sonic 4 are well, basically it's like they realized that the fans they wanted to see a sort of a return of classic Sonic, Sonic 4 is when they realized that the fans wanted a return. So they cut off like a small team to work to they got Dimps to work on a new classic Sonic game. Now, really, they did a good job for Act 2, for Episode 2, I mean, but it's just not. It's just Episode 1 is just not a good revival of the classic Sonic.
I just wondering. Sorry, Taz, to cut you off.
It's so.
Taz, sorry to cut you off. I'm just surprised. How come they just use the generation? I rather they did Sonic 4 after Sonic Generation because they have the engine.
No. They did Episode 1 before Generation.
I'm saying I wish they did Sonic 4 after Generations.
Yeah, if they did Sonic 4 after Generations, and it was actually Sonic team working on it instead of Dimps, I guarantee you it would have been a good revival. But it just doesn't feel like classic Sonic. It feels like a slowed down Sonic Rush without the boost, which is what made Sonic Rush Sonic Rush.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and the team mechanics they added up to 2 were pretty cool. It just
Oh yeah, the team
I did not
mechanics
I did not like when you had the force to use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Taz, any other thoughts?
My thoughts basically, it's Act 2. I mean, Episode 2 is good, but I really don't think I don't think it was a proper revival of the classic series.
We agreed that Sonic Advance was more of a Sonic 4 than Sonic 4 was.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. And I haven't even played Sonic Advance.
Oh, Taz just
You
summoned
can't have an opinion.
Taz just summoned our angry mob. You realize that?
Now I want to. It looks like a fun game.
Just emulate it.
Yeah, emulate it.
Like literally, just download and emulate and play. It's simple logic. Yes,
I refuse to emulate.
Why?
Is Sonic Advance on the US eShop store yet or no?
No.
Come on to Japan.
It probably never will be because THQ.
Wait, did THQ publish it?
Yeah, exactly. So Taz, stop being a goody two shoes and start downloading it. Okay, you missing out, buddy.
Yes, it did.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah,
Maybe.
actually. Maybe.
Alright, so Taz, any final thoughts?
That's silence.
Yeah, those were my final thoughts.
All right, so anyone want to go? Anyone want to go next?
It fell a bit short. Like it was a good attempt, but it fell a bit
Okay,
short.
I'll go.
All right, Shane, go.
I'm gonna make this quick and
one
short.
quick
Okay.
question
wait.
before someone else goes. One quick question. Now, are we going to do all of the Are we going to do all the parts tonight, or are we going to continue?
No,
tomorrow?
we're gonna segment it. So we're gonna do the break the fourth wall, guys. But I guess I'll mention here.
Are we gonna be doing modern era tomorrow then?
So either tomorrow or just another day. Like another day, yeah.
Okay. Because in that case, I think because there's some games in the modern era, I really want to share my.
Don't worry.
Oh my god.
We'll talk about it later.
Anyways, for now though, I think I gotta go.
Anyways, so our good friend Taz has to go. So our good friend has to go. He has his final thoughts for part 1 of this huge retrospective. Taz, where did you get?
Never mind.
You can find Taz. You can find Taz on his live stream and his Twitter. I'll put the link. Here's Shane. You go.
Okay, I'm gonna make this quick and short because I'm tired. Anyway, so my thoughts on Sonic 4, it's ass.
Really?
Episode 2 was okay, but Episode 1, ass.
Anything
That's
all I have to really say.
I kind of have a since my name is very unusual booty call, and I don't want to be compared to that. But seriously, I'm gonna contradict myself against my point. Go ahead, Yukine.
Yeah, but that's all I have to say about it.
I have a quick one too, like a quick response. I never played the game, but from what I've seen from both SGB and like the reviews that Johnny made, cancer, pure unadulterated cancer. Moving
just
on.
mediocre, really are. Chris.
Well, I get it when he killed me. I kind of liked it.
Which one though? Do you like episode 2 more or what?
I kind of may have a guilty pleasure for 1 and 2.
Okay, they're not bad games. It's just they're not up to the level as the classic.
Yeah, I didn't think they're as bad as everyone make out to be.
No,
Sure,
they're not horrible.
they're not as good as the classic, but I still find them. I'm gonna get killed for this. They're decent games. They're just decent games.
They're functional. They're not 06 bad. I'll tell you that. But
I'll say this
you know
much.
what? Okay, it's like this. Yeah, screw it. Link, go ahead.
I'll coincide with this. It's not boom levels of bad. So let's. That's
We'll get to
fine.
that later.
the games are more disappointing than anything.
And yeah, I know, but that's just foreshadowing. That's just foreshadowing.
Oh, wait, we'll get to boom in part 3.
Anyways, like I was. I'm sorry. Like I was saying, seriously? Okay, but okay. No. Anyways, like I was saying, I when I played Sonic 4 episode 1, I was expecting it to be like, oh, this is gonna be the worst classic Sonic game to play. And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Just make sure you don't play the mobile versions.
Yeah, don't play the mobile versions. I thought it would be better on mobile. No, just play it on console or something. I think it's like, if you haven't played the classics, I think you're not gonna be affected by much. So I say, yeah, go ahead. I would recommend you get like one on a sale. It's not worth $9. Two, if you haven't played the classics, then go ahead. If you had played the classics, you're gonna wait for them to sell. I don't know. It's just for me, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I'll say this. I think Sonic 4 Episode 2 is just as good as Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I will get killed for that. But
Chris, I hear that your mom coming in.
I will die, but I shall die an honest man.
Here's the second wave, motherfucker!
Chris, you're gonna get shot.
I am gonna get shot one day, and it's gonna be because I can't shut my mouth sometimes. But whatever.
But is that your thoughts on the Sonic 4 Chris?
Yeah, it's definitely. I wouldn't really want to call it Sonic 4. Big mistake there. Big mistake.
They were just big missteps. You would say. Right?
It's a misstep, but it's not the worst thing ever. They're harmless.
Okay, trust me. There's plenty of games that we can call that.
Trust me. I don't think they're the worst thing ever. They're just harmless to the franchise.
At least we're pursuing. Don't worry, Chris. We have a lot of stage when we get to the modern, especially the modern era.
Oh, we're gonna have fun there.
Anyways, so King, your thoughts on the Sonic 4 Hooba Dooba?
Never played Sonic 4 Episode 1, played Sonic 4 Episode 2, beat that game, I kind of liked it. Moving on.
Alright, so that's King's complete thoughts. Matt?
1 second, let me finish this thing. I'm ready.
Alright.
I actually did not hate the games. They actually were a lot of fun. I remember playing with my best friend Austin all the time on second player mode, and we always dicked around with each other with that. So
Hey! Sonic 2 is a lot better than...
Sonic
Episode 2 is way better than Episode 1.
Yep.
But that's my personal opinion. And the songs were pretty good in my opinion, so...
Quack, 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 quack. Anyways, Fourscore, you're still here, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, Fourscore, thanks for that game.
Alright, so your thoughts on Episode 4? Sonic 4?
Sonic 4 was definitely a good stride toward giving what fans want. It was flawed, but it was expected to be flawed because this was kind of a new thing they were trying out with some of the stuff. I feel like they cut too much out from 3.
3 never came out.
Perhaps what was made standard in 3, or at least I thought was set standard. But I felt Episode 2 was definitely an improvement over the first one, in terms of physics and variety and stuff like that. I still think it's a bar for Knuckles, but it was definitely an improvement. I felt like the soundtrack was very well composed and very great. The tracks are great. 100% of the original, but I think the choosing of instruments could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, episode 4 didn't really need the duck sound effects, especially in the sand oil stage.
No, that's not my main complaint. Episode 1 entirely, every zone had an abundance of what sounds like a cat. But yeah, Episode 2 was better. The ducks were only in Oil Ocean. The Episode 2 sounded fine because they knew that the cats shit was a little bit too much. But Episode 1 had just good, well composed themes. Just wrong choosing of instruments, really.
Wait, time out. Did Cash develop for those games music?
No, I don't think so. I think it was Juice Noy. I think it was Juice Noy. It was
Juice Noy. You're right.
Yeah, it was Juice. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
There were other composers too, but yeah, he was the main head of the opposing team.
Yeah. Anyways, Fourscore, anything else to say about Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2?
I'll be right back.
I kind of feel bad that Episode 3 never
happen because it probably could have changed a lot of people's opinions on it.
I remember hearing there was gonna be 4 episodes, and episode 4 was gonna have Shadow, from what I heard.
Shadow, I never heard that. I knew they were considering Knuckles, but I don't know about that. That was a rumor though.
That was a
It probably
rumor. It was a
happened
rumor.
for
It was a
three.
rumor I heard about.
Mhm.
But still,
What's the fake trailer for episode 3?
oh, you also fake trailer, I might ask?
Like they had like a blue like gas and then they had a red one for Knuckles.
But still, yeah. So yeah, that's. So anyway, so that's our thoughts on the classic era, aka the good era of the Sonic. But so we have much more to go,
Playing the
but
game.
we're not doing it in one video.
Kind of.
Especially the modern stuff, which
Why?
I'm pretty sure we have a
Rude.
lot of stuff to talk about those. So we're
Hey,
swaying.
Ryan.
But I'd like to say that I kind of gotta go
Mhm.
now. I gotta do
No, wait,
some
well, Chris, before you go, just say your things. Anyways, so we'll be right back in part 2 where we talk about the Dreamcast era. Okay, the one this guy had the most arguments probably. So it's essay about Sonic Adventure 1, 2, Heroes, and Shadow, and we'll be back. Maybe some more people will come. Maybe some
Wait,
people will not come back. But so
why do we consider Shadow the?
because Shadow's the end of the Dreamcast story arc.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so plug your shit, guys, so they know where you can follow you guys.
Well, I more like call it the Avenger than Dreamcast. That will make more
Follow
sense.
me
Yeah, well-
on social media, Flaming Creed 69.
Oh, baby.
No, follow him and go
Please
see.
follow me on Twitter. It's at
Go to the gas
go to
station.
Chickster,
Twitter,
and you can-
basically everything else. So
And go to his dead channel too.
Oh,
I'm gonna right
And
now.
Ling, where they can find you.
okay. You can find me on my
Right.
YouTube channel, my dead YouTube channel
You should
at
post-
Ling. I'm planning on putting shit on there at Ling124,
I'll put links in the description, let you know Ling and stuff like that.
and then on my Twitter you could follow me on Ling, capital L for both of these, Ling_Ling124, and yeah,
You
that's
wanna
pretty
men-
much it.
you want to mention something?
Oh, well, they can find it if they want it.
well, yeah,
Uh,
my Sonic
uh,
says too. So,
Yeah.
Anyways, Chris, plug.
I have an I Twitter and on DeviantArt. They can put that in the description. And CHRS because I made a grammar error and artwork at the end. In here, just follow me there if you want to see some art.
Again, I'll put links to that. Fourscore, where can they find your memeing self?
We don't even need to ask him. It's the same
at
thing.
Pepsi headquarters.
Yeah, Fourscore 64, yada yada yada.
No,
yada, yada.
okay. I don't even
no
know.
more shameless. No
Let's drink
shameless
Pepsi.
plugs.
No, they must find these
I don't
guys.
need fucking shameless plugs. Let's drink Pepsi, okay?
Yeah,
Coke.
Anyway,
Mr.
Fuck
Sir,
you.
where they can find you, sir?
Wait, who?
Where
you.
they can find you?
Wow, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to beat this level in SA2. But, they can find me either on my normal Twitter, the Homing Attack, which I mentioned earlier, I'm named after on Twitter, my YouTube, somewhat active Cancer's YouTube channel, Sanic Mutts, and you can also find me on my art account too, which is Super Pixel Fan.
Again,
You can also find him at
MySpace.
You can also find me at
Grim
Ass
Place.
Grim.
Clapping.
No, you can also follow me at Grim Ass Clapping.
You
on
know,
Twitter?
we had to record you reading that freaking Grim like Grim fan fiction one day.
Really? Clap.
So King, if you're still here, where they can find you?
They can find me in the dark underbelly of the Homestuck community. I'm sorry. They can find me on Twitter. Ryan, you have the link. My
Yes, and
YouTube
your
is not
channel.
alive, so
Yeah.
you can link me to my YouTube, but do what you want.
Yeah, so we'll be back with part 2, which Tarya! It's good night,
Oh.
everybody.
Good night.
Stop recording.
Bye.
Bye.
You stop recording.
That,
Okay, now I stop
I stopped.